Hi, welcome back to Daniel and John's another allotment video, and today we're back on sort of finalising the fruit cage really, and a couple of plans today with the fruit cage. One is getting the mesh on, two, adding some more water catching. This mesh came from screwfix.com. It is 13mm, and the 13mm relates to the size of the squares.
It is sharp, so you will need to wear
I'm just going to give you a warning about this. That's the size of squares. They're big enough for a bee to get in. They do 25. Right, word of warning. First of all, Screwfix, you need to put this in some corrugated cardboard when you're selling it to customers, but more importantly, your staff have to handle this. I lifted this. You can see these spikes coming through there. Didn't see them. Look.
Yeah, you have to be really careful.
The only reason I mention that, please wear gloves if you're collecting this or using it, because it is lethal. It's like little tacks. So this is 30 metres. I've worked out that if you build this 2.4 metre basically cube, you'll need 35 metres to do the roof and the sides and the door of this. We've bought two of these so we can protect our raised beds as well from the munkjacks and other little creatures that we get.
That'll be another project, won't it?
Yeah, but that's why we've bought two rolls of it.
Just want the mesh to do it with.
Downpipe is for whatever guttering we're going to do. This added water catching feature. That's all it is, to try and utilise the fruit cage.
So that's all the stuff we've got, isn't it?
Yeah.
So then the next job is to
Gravel's going in the bottom on the floor.
That will help with what we're going to do there as well.
We're going to put some weed barrier down, and on the bottom of the frame we've already creosoted it on the bottom of the fruit cage frame. But what we are going to do, if you see that black plastic, it's damp proof membrane, what they use in the building trade, we're going to cut some strips and we're going to staple it to the bottom of this wood,
just to give it a bit more of extra protection.
But it will be on the gravel anyway, and we'll ensure that it just can't rot. And that's really it. We'll hopefully get the door on. We've got a couple of hinges
and
from
this video will be a
Screwfix.
few parts, won't it?
Yeah, we'll move forward with it, and hopefully by the end of the day, it's going to take a few hours. We've got the fruit cage dug down so we can utilise it for a few uses. We've got the door on, we've got the gravel in, and it's been a successful day, and it just hopefully will help you show what we've done. There might be some bits you want to take from it, there might not be.
Yeah, you can do your own thing.
One good thing about the height, I'll just stress that again, is, and that's why we've gone for a higher fruit cage, is that you can hang stuff if you make it structurally as strong as that.
You can put as we said before in previous videos, you can put shelving in, so you can do whatever you want to.
Hang in there. Bear in mind, in a fruit cage you can grow lettuce, cherry tomatoes, herbs, even cucumbers. So we can really utilise that space, not just on the base, but on the roof area as well.
Roof section.
So we are really going to utilise it and protect our crop.
Okay, so we moved the fruit cage over a little bit. It's not that heavy. It's got a little bit of weight to it, but not terrible. So what we're doing at the moment is we just removed the two pallets we have, because to be honest, we did have them there initially, but for something else. But then obviously things change and you switch how you do things. So it's no big deal. We're taking them apart anyway. So what we're doing here is we're digging this area out. Then we're going to level it off. We're going to put some weed barrier and some gravel, and then this thing here is going to sit on it, so it's at the correct height and everything.
So we've moved a little bit further on with the fruit cage, and we're on sort of positioning the fruit cage frame really. What we decided to do is extend where we dug down so the fruit cage can drop into the ground. That helps us a couple of ways. Stops it blowing over, gives a bit more protection, also makes it rodent proof, and
so things can't get under,
because apparently we've got badgers, so we need to protect them a bit. So we've started cutting the mesh, and what we've done, we've cut it in strips all the same, and we've tacked it on, and we've got a spacing so we can just put it in between with this.
So we're coming down vertically
on top,
tacking it on the top, and we're holding it tight, and then doing each section, aren't we?
And we're putting it on with the these lovely things here.
Galvanised staple, and you just need a hammer.
Hammer's gone missing somewhere, but I'm sure it'll turn up. And when you're putting these in, there's the hammer. I'll just show you. Don't try and put it in all in one go, flat like that. Just tilt it and tap it in, so one spike goes in, and then hit it in, because otherwise they'll fall out all the time. To cut the mesh, we've just got a simple way of doing it. We know this is the length we want. We've just stuck 2 bits of wood together with a clamp. We roll it out, we just cut it.
Put a brick here, and then
cut it with our
some tin snips.
Take it up and put it up, and that seems to be the most efficient and easiest way, because you don't want to be trying to manage that. Another benefit of putting this wire up in strips this way instead of going round is 1, points of anchoring, 2, if a piece gets damaged, it's only 1 strip to replace.
It is a lot easier for us to run it down vertically than run it round. We tried that earlier, it doesn't work. Run it round and try and keep it tight. It just seems to be a lot of slack. Whereas this, it's sort of about as a minimum as we can get on it, so it looks nice as well.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it.
And we've
tidy.
done 1, 2, 3. We are
overlapping it. So
we are overlapping it. It's a little bit more
gives
strength.
a bit of structure as well.
Just got to continue round, and then once we've got the mesh on, we'll drop the pallets into the thing. Obviously, we've got to do the door as well. We've got to do the guttering. Right, so we finished the mesh all the way around. Overlapped it in a few places. A couple of reasons for that. We've got to finish the roof. Got to do a little bit of landscaping around the edges. Just a bit of weed barrier and a bit of bark, just to make things look a bit more pretty. And there's going to be 10mm pea gravel in here, just to make things look nice.
Just so people, what we've done, we've come in 6 to 8 inches with the wire mesh underneath to stop anything getting in here.
Yeah.
And pinching the fruit like rodents.
And we're just going to show you what we're doing now. So what we're doing is we're pegging it down.
Weed barrier staples.
And we'll put like 10mm pea gravel on this.
So basically we've done this here. So that one will go in there. Some of this ground isn't brilliant. Sometimes you hit.
Sometimes you get lucky with them, sometimes it's...
So that's what we've done. We've put this down and then, as you can see there, literally we're doing this now.
And then just covering it with a little bit of pea gravel. It just looks a bit more tidier. And all this section here will be pea gravel as well.
And then it's, bear in mind this is sunk in the ground as well.
Yeah.
It's very hard for things to start getting in here.
Yeah.
So we're getting there. It's been a bit of a long day, but we're getting there.
A bit of a wet day as well. It's now decided to stop raining when we're sort of finished.
We are the last men standing on the allotment.
But we've got to do, as I said a few 30 seconds ago, we've got to do the roof. I think we'll probably do that another day. Got to finish the door as well, and then obviously we've got to add our little rainwater collection gutters at the top. We'll do that after we've added the mesh, and that'll go into that gutter there. But we'll include that in this video. So there we are. But so far so good. We've just got to do a bit out, sort of smooth this down here, so it's more of a slope in. Right, so it's day 2 and we're back up here. We've finished all the mesh all the way around. Just doing the roof now. John's done sort of about half of it. I had to go off and get something. There's a little bit of it. If you are putting this mesh on the roof, obviously you want to have it reasonably tight and straight. So there's a little tip here. Basically, it's a block of wood and just
you will need a clamp.
One of these Irwin clamps, which are always handy to have when doing stuff.
Put it on there and just have it in front of you as you're going along, and that'll keep it nice and tight and flat. Where we've joined the mesh on the roof, I've just put some roofing battens from end to end. I've creosoted them there. What that does, it makes a very tight seal where we've joined the mesh, and also it makes the mesh a bit tauter and it tidies it up. So if you're putting it on and it doesn't look quite right to start with, don't worry too much. Once you put these on, it'll tighten it up a little bit. So and we'll probably put some roofing battens on the front edge as well,
Yeah, we've got them
and
there
rear
and
edge as
there,
well.
just in the middle.
That's basically it, and I've just used those screws that we put the frame together with, so that's the effect it has. Basically tidies it all up. So we're coming to the sort of final completion stages of the fruit cage. Padlock and bolt are on there, a little bit of CLS padding that out, which was like that, a little bit of pallet wood, the bolt on, and a 20mm hole drilled in there. We put an extra piece of this timber on to allow for the hole. Gravel's down, weed barriers down. We're going to put a little bit more gravel down, which we've got there. Put the mesh underneath as well, as you can see going underneath. So we're going to have some sort of shelving on here. That's why these were put on. You can see how sturdy this is. We should be able to hang a few bits from those, even if we reinforce them a bit more. So we're going to really utilise this space big time. We can grow cucumbers, herbs, all sorts in here, and it will be protected from the birds, so it's fine. So in fact, talking about birds, there's the irony. This is there you go. So even on the bird cage, right? So the next thing we're going to do is pop some guttering up, and we're just going to allow the guttering itself to collect the rainwater, and that will work. Think about if you've ever left a bucket outside, how much water you just get in a bucket. And the guttering we're going to use is the big household stuff. It's not the little stuff like on the shed.
That's mini line
guttering.
on the
We're going to use the
big
112mm guttering. The brand we're using is Flowplast, and I've used Flowplast for years, and I would say it goes together well, it cuts well, and there isn't going to be an issue with it. When we do cut this, we'll be using a very small saw, fine tooth saw. This there, and if you watch our other video, you can see how we've cut guttering and pipe an easy way. We're going to angle our sides with the spirit level, so things are coming down a little bit, and then two sides, and then I'm going to run it into that barrel over there.
So I'll show you where we could, yeah, so Johnson's going to run it down the side. So what he means by that is we're going to have it here,
So
down there, down there.
we'll start with a bracket here, and then we'll come down, but we'll be coming at a slight angle, and we'll use the spirit level to get that angle with the bubble, so it's pointing down a little bit. Do the same the other side, so it's the same.
And it'll run down in the corner,
And then decant into
straight
that
down
bucket.
into a water butt.
Yeah.
And then we can use our pump system on that if we want
And
to.
we've got, to be honest, a load of water from just these little bits.
Just the shed. The shed
You know what?
puts a fair amount of water in it.
So we've got two of them. That one's
And
full next door.
that one's full.
This has been a bit of a lifesaver for us, because at the moment the water's off. There's been a technical issue, and so this has helped us quite a bit. So I think it's just wise to have your water. Welcome back, really, I suppose, to the final part of the fruit cage video, involving the construction. There'll be other parts we're putting in and things. So we've just finished putting the guttering on. Put it down the side here. And it's 112mm guttering, it's household guttering. Done it here. The brand is Flowplast, if anyone's interested. Done it here. Now, if you are going to do similar construction to us, you'll need another bit of CLS here to attach the brackets to at the back. And you'll see we've sloped down here, and we're sloping that side as well.
Yeah, you can
And
see
then
through the mesh there, it's
it runs into here.
sloped. And both sides are like that.
Runs into here. And the next thing is we're just waiting for our IBC container, and we're going to pop some of this in there, like that. And what we'll probably do is drill a little hole in there and pop a screw or rivet in there to stop it coming out, and that really is it. And over the year, when you need your water, with an IBC container, just in case people don't, the things that people put chemicals in, they're big white plastic tanks used on farms and things, and they are 1 metre wide, which is 100 there, and they're 120 long. So if you're planning on doing it, just leave a space for it. And they hold about 1,000 gallons, so
Yeah, they hold a
1,000
lot, don't they?
litres, sorry.
1,000 litres.
Litres. And it's a lot of water, and we'll just use our pumping system we've got already in. And
we'll modify it so we can
just
connect onto it, yeah.
Plug in
Yeah.
a little hose connector, basically plug in, two-way thing. And if we run out of that, we'll come to the IBC tank.
And I just finished off the gravel inside, make it nice and tidy. That's really it, isn't it? We've built the fruit cage. I don't think we'll do anything else to it, apart from the only things we won't do anything else on the outside, but in the inside we will.
We are looking
put some
at
shelving and hooks and stuff,
some
won't
sort
we?
of growing system in there,
Yeah.
whether it's using pallets or even some guttering.
You've got a few ideas, haven't you?
We'll come back to you and show you what we've done,
Yeah.
and see if it works. Basically, different things to grow different plants in, and things that you'd normally grow outside we could probably grow in there as well, which should be good. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this has helped you along a little bit. And if you'd like to subscribe, we've obviously got lots more videos coming the time of year. We're running into summer now, and we'll try and post something daily or every couple of days for you.